pleasant day at Football Park for the first finals meeting between South Adelaide and Central District. It was to be an encounter of the old and the new. South Adelaide, the second oldest club in South Australian football, was formed in 1876, while Central District was admitted to the South Australian National Football League at senior level in 1964. Central District left Stephen Riley and Lindsay Rusiak out of its 20 and named Lyle Skinner and Peter Maksimovic on the fence. Skipper Dean Mobbs started in a forward pocket, McGarry medalist John Duckworth at centre-half forward, Richard Cochran at centre-half back, while Chris McClay was given the job of shadowing the very elusive Wayne Slattery. South was unchanged, although it named Stephen Keem on a wing, Phil Cox in the back pocket and released Paul Harradine to play on a half-forward flank. South entered this match having won all but one of its past 11 matches against Central District, and Central District has never defeated South Adelaide at Football Park. The wind, which was steady throughout the second game, subsided just before the start of the preliminary final. A crowd of about 25,000 was in position for the opening bounce. Des Foster and Peter Mead are your umpires, and Dennis Erry and Sandy Roberts are your commentators.
The opening bounce of the 79 preliminary final. The battle between Baines playing his 100th game and Hines. Baines on the second attempt. Still virtually in the centre. The handball out towards Vivian, taken out beautifully by David Earl. It's his teammate in the Panthers, who won the toss and kicked to the southern end, in towards attack. Bennett can't quite hold it on the first attempt. To ground with Eddie Fry, and a bounce to take place.
Terms really laid out by Ben Earl, the strong body. We can expect a lot of this today in the preliminary finals. Baines overruns the ball. Cochran in strongly. Norsworthy high around the head and receives the first free for the day in the middle of the square. Central District's kicking against the breeze to the north end.
Only a very slight breeze. Here's the man there was doubt about, Mobbs. In towards half forward, Wilson. A great danger man across half forward. Will have the first set shot at goal. The left footer is normally very accurate. Drop punt, usually just guides it over the line. No mistake, and Central's one goal, kicked by Wilbur Wilson. South yet to score.
Norsworthy out of the square, a beautiful foot pass. Mobbs waiting, he receives, and then a precision pass straight onto the chest of Wilbur Wilson. What a danger half-forward flanker this man is. Sets, puts it straight through, and a very positive movement then from the Bulldogs for their first score on the board. Central District's one goal, South obviously yet to score.
Peter Hines playing without the use of an arm brace. Gets the favourable bounce on this occasion, taps it back over his head. There's a chance now for Cox. He's claimed, but pushed according to the umpire. And the nuggety little Panther Rove will take the free kick virtually from centre field.
What a great battle it'll be today too between the roving pairs. This man. Grandstand side of the square, drop punt to full forward. Massive players down, Slattery the crumbs. Holding the ball, says umpire Peter Mead. Roar from the crowd, and Central District's in, playing very strong football at the moment. Norsworthy.
Barry Norsworthy putting the ball out for Jonas. If ever there was a danger man, it's this young 19-year-old as he flicks the ball in towards the centre. Looking for Geoff Gillies. He's taken out by Mousley. Beautiful smother by Mobbs. Here's a chance for Baines. Loses it, gathers it again. Across to Vivian. Going up towards the half-forward flank. Duckworth plays on quickly. Schultz in trouble. Gets away. Central's drifting the ball into the pocket, looking for Lee Stone, but at the back is Gary Clark.
What a welcome member to the South defence is this man too. He's had a superb season in that back pocket as he goes with a long screw punt towards his half-back line. Peter Hines, Jonas, Butler, strongly over the top. Norsworthy with a left foot into the pocket. Massive players. Clark again, hands and knees, trying to shovel it out. Stone over the top of him. Not much effect with the ball under the pack of players, and umpire Des Foster to bounce.
Left forward pocket. Central's in attack. Duckworth goes it alone to Schultz. Forced onto the left boot. He drifts it into half forward. There's a chance now for Lehman. Being forced to bring the ball out wide now. Loses control. Well done, Brooksby. Gets the handball across to Butler. Now Baines running through the defence side of centre. Kicks long up towards half forward. Coming out, McKay and Linky. McKay recovering the better. Short to Baines, who just waited a fraction of a second too long for that ball. Schultz now. In towards the centre. Towards Jonas and Gillies. Out wide for Wilbur Wilson. David Earl's going to have a great tussle with him today. Wilson and Earl do battle. David Earl, the winner on this occasion. Back over the head to Cox. Loses it, took the eyes off at the critical moment. Play on is called, however, and Shane Butler will bring the ball down from centre wing. Vivian after him. Taken off it. Play on is still called. Robin White now, wearing the number 5 Guernsey. Chance now for Stephen Keane, but a magnificent smother by Norsworthy allows his brother in, and Central's go to half forward.
Wilbur Wilson's his man. Lean there also. Earl. Here's a chance for Wilbur Wilson. He overruns the ball. Earl in strongly again. Players making tons of mistakes with the hands at the moment in the nervous opening minutes of the preliminary final. The man that was received, Rene van Dommel, is on the half-forward flank. Lehman will be his target at full forward. Clark under the fall of the ball. Lehman, a magnificent mark. In over the top. Beautiful pair of hands. The mark in front of the eyes. He's about 20 metres out. John Duckworth against that white pole. Stewie Palmer will be his shadow today. The action is with Kim Lehman.
By Lehman right across the face of goal and 1 point only, but as we saw in the reserves game, the wind having very little effect on the scoring end.
Stu Palmer now from the square. Duckworth constantly guarding him. He goes short. Shane Butler on the half-back flank. Again towards centre wing. Paul Harradine, good mark. A welcome return to fitness, this man. Very valuable cog in the small player machine of the Panther side. He goes down towards his half-forward line. Under the fall of the ball is Cochrane. Can't quite control it. Norsworthy either. And over the line for a throw-in. Central Districts 1-1. The Panthers yet to score.
Baines and Hines to do battle. Hines, clever use of the body, puts it into the vacant half-forward area. Lee Stone, McClay bringing it out to Peter Jonas. Gets around Hines and drifts it up towards the half-forward area, out in front of Schultz, but Palmer will claim his former teammate, taking him out, and the line too close, so a throw-in to take place.
Just how far Palmer prepared to run then. His man 30 yards behind him, committed himself, and it was successful. Duckworth, Jonas and Hines. Front spot, down, trouble for Rene van Dommel. He recovers again quickly, speed of foot, in over the top, Peter Hines. The mark must go to a former teammate in Schultz. And he kicks from centre wing. 4 kicks so far to this man as he goes towards half forward. Strong body work by Brooksby. Gillies also trying to shovel it out, can't do so. Bounce.
Duckworth could have taken it out of there, but tried to push it down to Gillies. Takes Mousley out, puts the handball to the space for Jonas. Claimed beautifully. Baines through. Kick in towards the centre. Stone can't control it under plenty of pressure. Cochrane through. Robin White still pushing the ball forward. Taken out by Vivian. Players allowed to go on. Eventually Central's with handball, get it to Stone. Gets a kick under pressure, but it's all Panthers in the centre of the ground. Here's Baines using pace. A long left footer up towards full forward. And in fact, out the back, a chance for Slattery if it's only got to sit for him. Open goal, and South record their first major.
Well done, Baines. Committed himself to the middle of the ball. Didn't know which way it was going to bounce. Body directly in line with it. Took it. The desperate left boot. Carried the pack. And at the back, Wayne Slattery. How dangerous is he? Around the fringes in the goals. All he had to do, gallop with the ball to the square. Straight through the centre. So there's 1 point the difference.
Ready? Okay, let's try the commercial.
Ken Max
It's been played in this first term. Baines and Hines again. Won by Peter Hines, who's continuing his good work. Cox caught, holding the ball. Just on the check side of centre. And Dommel started in encouraging fashion to half forward. Mousley. Stephen Keane will get a bad bounce. Schultz most definitely gets a shocker. There was no way known out of that one, and it's Keane.
From centre wing with a drop punt down towards his half-forward line. Andy Bennett in the middle of that pack. Harradine gets a bad read off the pack. Chance for Central Districts again. Very, very strong at the moment as Pryor is chucked over the line. He's kicked down towards centre wing. Clark with a right-hander straight to Schultz. An opportunity, goes begging. In go the strong bodies of Hines and Gillies. The soccer kick down towards half-forward. Plenty of action at the moment. The handball beautifully smothered by Slattery. Picked up by Cox. Wide, Harradine in trouble. Slams it to the open space, and Cochran with a handball, setting it up. All Panthers, though, taking it away is Baines. Caught, Harradine. Cox a chance. Puts it straight across his half-forward line. Steve Bickler was his man. At the back was Linky. Now Norsworthy, a chance. Robin White onto the right. Onto his wrong foot, down towards Slattery. He can't control it, and over the line, good pressure football.
Left forward pocket, throw in. Bytheen and Schneebickler coming in from the back, but it's won by Bytheen to Vivian. Looking for the player going past. Chris McClay receiving the handball from Norsworthy. Going up towards Wilson. Beautifully spoiled by David Earl, pushing the ball back to half forward. Butler tackled high and will be free kick.
What a skillful spoil by David Earl. Very difficult around the body, one hand, and he's enabled Shane Butler now to earn that free at half forward. He's within striking distance as the reserves now for the Central District side warming up. The action, Shane Butler. From the true half-forward position, a good 55 metres out to the face of goals. Cochrane front spot, slammed away, picked up beautifully, Paul Harradine.
Well, there's a classic example of reading the ball off the pack, and South Adelaide hit the front in the preliminary final.
A good long kick from Butler, a great mass of players. What a typical half-forwards opportunist grab. Harradine from the hand straight to the boot, steered straight through the centre for his first. South Adelaide take the lead for the first time. 2 kicks for 2 goals, 12 points. Central Districts have had 2. They have won 1, 7 points on the board.
Hines and Bytheen again. Peter Hines can't get it away from centre. Lee Stone can for the Bulldogs. Up towards Mobbs in the pocket. Duckworth, he forced on the left boot. Trying to get away with sheer speed. 2 bounces. Into God's goal, and he's offline for 1 point only.
What an inspiring run by Duckworth. Obviously trying to lift his teammates around him. Galloped away from Stewie Palmer and muffed it right on the last movement by kicking a point. Centrals 1-2-8, trail by 4 points. South Adelaide 2 straight goals.
Kick back into play. I'll be looking for Hines. Quite hold it long enough. Earl trying to get the handball out to White. Is set upon and a bounce to take place. Between centre and half forward with Centrals in attack and trailing at this stage by 4 points.
Tremendous pace on the game at the moment. Hines down. Norsworthy. White. Nose down. Straight over the ball with plenty of courage. Wins himself a free. The corner of the square. Plays on. A tumble punt kick down towards his half-forward line. Schneebickler coming through, Eddie Fry brilliantly, sets up the hand pass, here he is again, Paul Harradine with a chance, passes it straight through the centre, he's got 2.
Great running football, well done Eddie Fry.
Beautiful bit of football, Eddie Fry, straight down, setting it up, Paul Harradine running into the open paddock, receives the handball, set it up, 2 kicks, 2 goals, South Adelaide have 3 goals, 18 points, Central Districts 1 goal, 2, 8 points.
Will not be resting yet because he'll do battle now with Hines. Pushed out wide. Keane can't snare it at wing. Eddie Fry. Great pace, Eddie Fry. Helped by Geoff Baines. He's able to bring the ball back towards Schneebickler. The son, a little problem, but not for this man, Andy Bennett.
Oh, what a good grab. And there's the first interchange. Pete Bytheen off. Maximovic on. And Linky takes it on the chest. Good, strong football from Andy Bennett in the first place. And then Geoff Linky. Full forward, 20 metres out. South Adelaide slow to start, now settling in very quickly. Superb kicking so far. Paul Harradine has two. Geoff Linke faces with a drop punt, slides it straight across the face of goals for a point. So there's the Panther scoreboard blotted. 3 goals, 1 point, 19 points. Central Districts 1, 2, 8 points.
Ian McKay to bring the ball back into play. Going to the outer side with a drop punt. You're looking for the man that's just come on, Maksimovic. One, can't complete it with 2 grabs. This lets the smaller brigade in for the Panthers. Peter Hines, kick back in towards full forward. Look for Bennett and finding it.
Well, only seconds ago, Andy Bennett jumped the pack and took a beautiful mark. And there's his second. Now faces the goals, about the same distance away that Geoff Linke was, but on a different angle. Drop punt to the goal face. Up go the South Adelaide Banners. Goal.
South in a great start. 4-1. 25, leading Centrals 1-2-8. Great action on Seven's big replay.
Well done too, the little fella in Collins. He was the player that got it out to Peter Hines, who got it in quickly. Andy Bennett a fine mark, his first goal as a result from that kick. South Adelaide 4-1, Centrals 1-2.
Hines now to do battle with the taller Maksimovic. Centrals now into attack. A long kick by Van Dommel finds Lehman. Well, he booted 3-5 last week. At the other end of the ground, Tim Evans kicked 7. Daryl Hicks has had him in front of the sticks for a considerable amount of time this week. And let's see if it has paid dividends. It has. Central's the quick answer. South are 4-1, Central's 2-2.
Played a great game last week. He's got a very strong pair of hands, Kim Lehman. As you can see, the good, strong grab. And obviously, Daryl Hicks's coaching throughout the week has certainly put him on the right track, because he speared the centre with that one. That's his first, and he'll be looking for a lot more, as will Geoff Linke at the other end of the ground. 4-1 South, 2-2 Centrals.
Simovic and Hines. Peter Hines getting front spot. Baines, the soccer off the ground, putting Harradine under the hammer. Eddie Fry tapping it out the back, but no one at home, and it's a chance for Schultz to receive. Looking towards half forward, here comes Lehman. Wilson off the pack, a snap. Hits the post.
Well, what sort of radar must this man have to come across the half-forward line, run towards the grandstand and hook it with his left boot to hit the pole as the kick comes out quickly, finds Dave Earl onto the left boot, down towards centre wing. Getting under the fall of the ball, Maksimovic, Snoo Bickler, scooping it out again. White gets it over to Peter Hines. He's got time. Cochran after him. Into no man's land. Sneezer, not exactly a wingman, but falling over at the time. Wilbur Wilson, again Earl after him. The grab is high, round the neck, and the nuggety half-forward flanker gets another kick.
Central District steadying a little. In towards the pocket. Claimed beautifully by Norsworthy on the half volley. The left footer. Stone at the back. Off hands and through for a point. 2-4 now Centrals. South are 4-1.
Woodsby to kick in straight down the middle. Stephen Keane, wingman, do battle as Schultz gets the spoil. Onto Jonas, forward to Rene Van Dommel. He's a battle of the Rovers at the moment. Out comes Norsworthy, scooping it out. Chance Keane, long towards his centre wing position. At the back, Slattery can't hold it. Paul Harradine is at centre wing, and in goes Schultz strongly. Again, Harradine. Still head down, tail up. In goes Cox strongly, and is pinged for that. And good umpiring, Peter Mead. A simple explanation, keeps the temperament down, and Pryor the free.
Centre wing, he'll look to half forward. Looking for Duckworth. Appeared to push the ball out in front of him a little bit. Shrugs David Earl, however. Runs his full distance and puts a high one in towards Lehman in the pocket. Great mark, Lehman. Short. This could come unstuck. Baines spoils. Cox. Play on is called. Could have well been holding the ball. as Eddie Fry goes to half forward. Schneebeckler spoilt well. McKay through. A chance for Slattery as he taps it over the back. Collins. Now Bill Cochrane. Back to McKay. Runs into Peter Hines. He gets a kick away. White can't quite snare it on the half volley. Maksimovic does it well. A long handball. Bad bounce for Mobbs. Good for Jonas. Now Vivian. With speed, pure speed, through half forward. In towards goal he goes. And Central Districts are back in business.
Well, what more can you ask when you watch a movement like that? Hard body work from the half-forward line. Coming down towards the centre circle. It was tapped forward. Vivian was the receiver player. Took it and absolutely bolted through the half-forward line. Saw the goal face and with a very long, direct drop punt, speared the centre, and Central Districts back into this picture. 3 points the difference at the 20-minute mark of the first term.
South Adelaide go into the second term of the preliminary final, leading by 8 points. 5-1, superior kicking to Central Districts, who are 3-5. It's Lee Stone receiving the handball to half forward. Palmer pushing the ball forward for Baines. This is intelligent football. And the Panthers go to their half forward line. Lyle Skinner giving away the free kick.
And this is Paul Harradine, who incidentally on the siren of the first term posted his third goal. What a valuable game from a half-forward flank to pick up 3 goals in the first term. He now faces the goals. A beautiful screw punt, carries a good 60 metres, and it goes through for only 1 single point. So he's blotted his copybook. He has 3-1. South Adelaide have 5-2. Central Districts 3-5.
Ian McKay to bring the ball back into play. Will go to the outer side. No one at home for Central District. Stephen Keane takes it on the chest.
Huge roundhouse right for the spoil, just missed him.
Linky and Schneebeckler in the square, low trajectory drop punt. Linky coming over the top. At the back is Richard Cochrane, and quite content to see that ball drift over for another minor score. South 5-3, Central's 3-5.
Man wearing the jacket 30 today, Ian McKay, proved to be a very, very useful fullback this season for the Bulldogs. A superb kicker of the ball. There's another one. On his half-back flank, Jonas. On the second bite, the mark is paid. Against Baines is a very skillful mark. Man, very mobile players. He goes down towards the half-forward spot. Gillies and Mousley. At the back, Duckworth. Had a brilliant run in the first quarter. Trying to get it over to Gillies. Can't do so. Mousley slams it forward. Schultz and Harradine collide. Ball close to the line, now taken over by Palmer for a throw-in.
True centre wing spot. Baines and Hines. Hooked around by Hines, looking for Butler. He shepherds to allow Hines in himself. A long handball, but straight to Jonas. Chance now for Keane to get it across to Harradine. What a game he's had so far. Schneebeckler. Bounce going against Chris McClay, putting him under the hammer. Richard Cochrane, a short kick away. Schneebeckler caught. Play on is the call. Slattery shrugs the tackle. Goes in towards full forward. Great mark at the back by Geoff.
If ever there was a man who lived on confidence on his first couple of grabs, here he is. At the other end of the ground in the first term, grabbed a good mark, and that was just as good. Strong under the fall of the ball. Sure pair of hands. Now faces the goal front about 20 metres out. Onto the boot, and he looks as if he's slopped it off the side. No, it has not. It's gone straight through for 1 goal. 6-3 South Adelaide. Central Districts 3-5. Nippy bit of work then from Slattery to break a tackle. Came away from a tangled mess of players. Round the corner, put it in high, and Geoff Linky getting under the fall of the ball with a very strong pair of hands and a good grab. Has polished off the good work with a goal, and South Adelaide looking the goods at the moment. 6-3 Central Districts, 3 goals 5.
Baines and Hines again. Won by Peter Hines. Richard Cochrane, Lee Stone. Duckworth all waiting again, and that bounce goes against him. Chance though with speed, gets it across to Wilbur. Onto the left boot goes Wilson, in towards goal, but has not got that goal foot on today. 1 point only.
movement as coach Darryl Hicks, taking a higher point than sitting on the coach's bench, gets a better view from up there. You can see the movement of his players as Brooksby now prepares to kick in. 4 minutes gone, second term. Drop punt. Both fullbacks kicking up very, very well. Over the top came Steve Keane. A chance for Earl. Teammate backing up well. Cox down towards the half-forward spot. Chance. Oh, Harradine running the wrong way with a one-hander.
Well, if ever a man was having an enormous start to a game, it's Harradine. Linky the fly from behind. McKay in front. Norsworthy can't pick it up. Scooped out the back. Slattery caught. Oh, Grease Lightning. McKay. Out wide. Baines has the job of minding Jonas. It's across to Bything. He'll be claimed by Fry. Jonas ahead of Baines. That ball won't sit. Gets caught. Across to Lee Stone. Needs support. Beautiful smother by Butler. Norsworthy was legged, according to umpire Mead, and a free kick.
He'll go short. Across his half-forward line, his target was Duckworth. Finds Palmer. He's unloaded. Wins the free. And a good bit of work then by the half-back. He just gives Duckworth the message that he certainly has control of the ball and concedes 15 metres. But Duckworth wins the wrong sort of applause from the crowd as the ball comes down towards the half-forward line. Plenty of action. Harradine once again. A beautiful hand pass. Steve Becker a chance. Settles. Now puts himself under pressure. A series of hand passes. Butler back to Steve Becker. A second chance this time. And he blasts the ball towards the forward pocket. Linky, McKay, a chance. Is this Harradine's fourth? Yes, it is.
Well, Paul Harradine is having one of the most extraordinary first halves of football one could ever hope to have in a final.
Well, Steve Beckler had the ball, hurried the kick, went to the forward pocket. Linky couldn't control it. Harradine quickly off hands, and with his 8th kick has planted through his 4th goal. He's played a quarter of about 5 minutes of football. A magnificent effort. He has put his side now 7-3 to Central's 3-6.
Centre bounce once again. Bythane. Hines just waits for the ball and wins it. Richard Cochrane. Slattery. Robin White. Bennett from South Adelaide have them at the moment. Lyle Skinner is going back onto the interchange bench, and Mark Pryor will be back in the thick of things again as Bennett goes long towards full forward. If there's a beware of the dog sign, the Oval at the moment, I think they can take it home.
South Adelaide beginning to show real authority on this ground at the moment. Andy Bennett has 2 goals. The players running in line, stealing the ball out of the square, putting the body in line with the ball, doing absolutely everything right, showing all the skills. Bennett polishing off the business. He's got 2. South Adelaide 8-3. Centrals have 3-6.
Peter Hines again. Played in an outstanding fashion so far. Bythane got that tap away. Geoff Baines. Schultz and Keane. Oh, Schultz a great mark.
He's had a good game at centre wing so far. Plays on very quickly with his 8th. Second bounce, he's coming up for his 8th kick. And the left foot screw punt to the goal face. Massive players. Clark slams the ball off the pack. That has hit the point post, and so we'll see a throw in. South Adelaide in these opening minutes of the second term piled on goals. As a matter of fact, they have 3, and Central Districts have yet to score a goal in this term. There's the throw at the back. Palmer gains only 5 metres. The ball again will be thrown into the scoring zone of the Bulldogs.
Lehman at the back. With him now, but he's caught. Rover's got to go backwards and finds Norsworthy. This is Mark Norsworthy. Well, Central's fans will be delighted if they can post their first goal for the term. 9 minutes have been played of this quarter. A drop punt. through the middle. South 8-3-51. Central's 4-6-30 on Sevens. Big replay.
8-6, Central's 4-6, a difference of 4 goals. In the second term, Duckworth bolts the ball and then slams Collins to the turf. He gets his kick. Good, strong stuff by the Magarey medalist. Puts the ball towards his half-forward line, over the line, out of bounds.
Yes, great stuff. Great to see. That's what Maudine does to Flyers. Throw in. Same thing to happen again. 4-goal break to the Panthers.
A few loose arms thrown around. And umpire Foster quickly to the scene. Hines Maximovic. Norsworthy. Peter Hines just checked him out. See an instant replay. Throw in. Hines, this time unopposed. Norsworthy decides to have half a pound of him. Butler onto the left boot towards half forward. And a fouling after disposal. It's against Norsworthy. It's going to half forward, Andy Bennett.
Over that position. Hawkins can't get his first touch at the ball. McKay tries to head for safety, but it's kept in and goes straight to his opposing player in Linky, who flicks it round the back. Jonas through solidly to hit Slattery. Baines met by Norsworthy. Good, hard, solid football. McKay again sets up Jonas. Robin White under plenty of pressure. Throws it out. Plays it out to go off. Eventually, Central's get the holding the ball decision, and McKay to take the free kick.
Central Districts have learned all about pressure at the moment. They're handling it pretty well as Vivian gets under the fall of the ball. Back to the speedsters again. White and Vivian. Vivian steals the ball, checks it and gallops. 1 bounce. 2. Mousley is drawn to Gillies. In trouble, gets out with a drop punt down towards the half-forward line. Lehman front spot, pushing and shoving going on. The mark of the free would have been paid. And this is the leaping Kim Lehman. About 45 metres out, directly in front. Has 1 goal already. Has 1-1, as a matter of fact, with a drop punt. The crowd says it's good. 2-1.
Very handy hold for Central Districts. Can they come back? South 8-6. Central's trail 5-6 on Sevens. Big replay.
This will be Coach Hicks's problem. Can his Chargers come back? Can they hold the pressure? South Adelaide are playing well. All they need to do is get the ball to their forward lines. They've got plenty of movement. Bob's at the moment with a towel and ice around the head. It would have to be very hot out there. South Adelaide 8-6, Central's 5-6, a difference of 3 goals.
Centre bounce. Over the top comes Maximovic. Pushed down towards half forward. There's a chance now for Lehman again. The ball won't sit, however, but he's still got control of it. Pushing it forward. Sets up the handball. A snap by Van Dommel is offline. And 1 point only. Central's go to 5-7, trailing South 8-6.
All Central's need, get the ball out of the square and have a player at half forward that can clear out that main corridor for them. Schultz, Fry. Jonas in strongly. Shovels it back. Schultz has got the chance. He's dumped. Pushed as umpire Peter Mead, and the wingman wins another free.
He's having his 9th kick. It's been a good performance. Players going everywhere as he drifts that one in towards the pocket, and Butler, always a danger man, takes it over the line for the throw-in.
Butler's played a superb game so far. Pressure kicks that he's won been most valuable. Baines sets it up, slammed forward by Cox, over to Baines. Baines with a long drop punt down towards centre wing. Bennett, Cochrane, Collins. Can't get the ball away. Oh, in comes Peter Hines, strongly with a boot. Norsworthy the winner, plenty of courage in that small frame. He's won that free at centre wing with a drop punt now down towards his half-forward line. Forwarded, Earl, the crumbs. Sets up Butler. Has Mousley running. He wants it longer. Down towards his half-forward spot. Here's a one-on-one battle. Harradine picked up beautifully by Pryor. He goes long into the square. Rene Van Dommel and Lehman takes a good mark. No opposition. He kicks. Short. Wilbur Wilson. one of the few times Earls let him off the hook. Jonas, Schultz again, out into the forward pocket. Rover country. Here's Earl again against Norsworthy. The handball's good to Mousley. Wide to Cox. South Adelaide kicking to position well. This time unstuck. Maximovic lumbers after the ball. Norsworthy is there, but it's over the line and we'll see a throw in.
It's interesting, every time Centrals have gone into attack with a short game, it's come unstuck. One would have thought in finals, long and direct. Hines into the space for Phil Collins. Ball sits for him well. To half. An extraordinary grab. Wayne Slattery will untangle himself and kick from the true half-forward spot.
Chris McClay and Wayne Slattery at eyeball level, glare at one another over a foot's distance. What a skillful mark it was from this youngster. He's 45, 50 metres out. Just under 3 goals the difference. Drop punt high. Not straight though for 1 point. 8-7 the Panthers, 5-7 Central Districts. Now 3 goals the difference.
Ian McKay kicking out to Maximovic. Big fella makes plenty of ground. Looking for Lee Stone. Or Mousley will come over the top and spoil, but goes out the back. Eddie Fry, they're getting some good bounces. To half forward. Slattery again. Bodied out of that one. Phil Cox, the left foot snap. Bounces the wrong way, and the point goes on the board for South. They go to 8-8, leading Centrals 5-7.
Saw earlier on today, the ball kick there and a huge off break. Come back. I think it's the first time I've seen a ball bend that much. McKay, drop punt. Baines, Bennett, opposition 13, Schultz. There's the other 13, checking Rene Van Dommel. Handball over, Norsworthy in trouble, back. Combination of the little fellas come unstuck, fiddling around with the ball with the handballs. The opposition rover now, Philip Collins, about to take his kick from about 45, 50 metres out. Red, blue and white streamers at the back. Good shot there, the Central District's cheer squad. Kick looks good off the boot. Doesn't move, straight through 1 goal.
Beautiful kick from Philip Collins, and South Adelaide steady. They go to 9-8, 62, leading Centrals 5-7, 37 on 7's big replay.
And now the bounce. Maximovic, Brooksby at the back, Clark. Picked up by Cox. He's in trouble. The hand pass is good, though. Made ground 5 metres as the runner bolts out of the Central District's box. I can imagine that we a very roasting message.
Maximovic, Brooksby coming in from the side. If ever they wanted the Centrals chart, it was now. Trailing by 4 goals.
Good crowd today. Be over the 20,000 mark. Rovers wait for Maximovic. Brooksby, tapped forward by Clark. Jonas, Lehman waits. Gillies doesn't. Straight to the bottom of the pack. Causes the tangle, and we see the bounce.
Maximovic and Clark. Maximovic better use of the body. Down to Jonas, who gets caught. Lehman goes down, and another bounce to take place.
Baines hasn't been as effective so far in this game as he normally has. Lehman waits, Jonas, Maximovic versus Clark. Now the small men. A mess of players, untidy football at the moment. Pressure stuff, not allowing the ball out of the space, crushing it in, bounce.
The Centrals chart's under pressure because the Panther chant has started as Gillies can't get the ball away effectively and still locked up in that half-forward area with Central 7-9 trailing South 11-9.
Gillies, Jonas, Baines, Van Dommel, Jonas the slam forward. Here's a chance for Clark. It's wide, Butler, long, away from the pack. Here's a chance to crack it open. Taking the mark is Pryor. He's in the centre of the square. And the Central District's forwards bolt. all over the place, like ants. Jonas under the fall of the ball, can't do anything with it. Schultz between his legs, the battle of the 13s. Jonas comes up again, owned down by Keane. Good football from the England, and he wins himself the free.
Great tackle, Stephen Keane. He's another very much improved Panther. To centre wing he goes, looking for Bennett. Hines there with the leap. Peter plays on, handballs to the space. Mobbs trying desperately to get his side going. Goes to Richard Cochran, puts him under a ton of pressure. Through goes Slattery, ripped off the ball. Chance again for Centrals to clear out wide. Schultz, who's picked up a ton of kicks throughout this game so far. Just goes with his 13th to Jonas.
Who's played well. The handball on quickly. Gillies the chance. Tries to set it up. Couldn't do so. Clark is the interceptor. Good stuff from the defender. He forces the ball over the line. The ball's been here for the last 5 minutes. And a huge crush of players. Maximovic and Hines. The tap. Gillies forward. Clark smothers with a boot. Then comes away. The handball over the top of Maximovic. Looks for Peter Hines. Finds that. Not knowing that there was no one near him as Dave Earl pats him on the back. The ball is out on the full, and Wilbur Wilson will kick in.
The left footer has Maximovic. Duckworth puts a beautiful spiral punt up there for Maximovic. Duckworth is there, but a good fist away. We'll see that ball drift over the line for throw-in in the left forward pocket.
Good defensive football from the Panthers. This is the critical time for the Bulldogs.
South putting on relentless pressure. Maximovic goes it alone. Brooksby, he's playing well. Comes away with a confident boosting bounce. Slattery, now Richard Cochran at the back. Taken out by Bennett, stolen beautifully by Slattery. The handball is to Collins. He's got to try and shovel it on. Eddie Fry back to Slattery with pace into the open goal. He goes. And the Panthers running riot at Football Park in the preliminary final.
Beautiful football then from the small players. Getting the ball forward, trying to shovel it on. Collins tosses it out. Fry then flicking it away. Slattery the chance. And with a floating punt kick, spears through his second. And South Adelaide, from their defensive work, they've done it for 5 or 10 minutes. Their first sortie into the forward lines, clean it up with a goal. South Adelaide 12-9, Central District 7-9, a difference of 5 goals.
Skinner on, Mobbs off. And from the centre we go with Hines. Duckworth forced onto the left boot. Hasn't been able to get his game going. Jonas. Mousley. With the pace that he had in the last term last week, it continues. Towards Keane and Skinner. Duckworth. Eddie Fry in fearlessly. Well done. Skinner short. And he finds Peter Jonas.
Who's played well on his half-forward line. Hasn't had many support players around him, however. The chance. Slammed forward by Brooksby's good. De Clark, the running Baines, receives the hand pass. Tries to set up the loose play, then goes with a left boot. Collins. Norsworthy. Tap forward, Vivian. Over to Pryor. Pryor's got nowhere to go, though. He's got to handball back. He was looking for Norsworthy. The handball's on. Peter Hines, like a rover, bolts with the second bounce. Gets it over. Andy Bennett, the co-ruckman. Both of them looking like rovers at the moment. The kickers absolutely messed him up. Leakey was desperately trying to mark. Couldn't do so. Ian McKay comes away with the ball. He looks for Peter Vivian on his half-back flank. Stops and waits. That's fateful as the Panthers pounce on him. And Harradine, with all the time in the world, puts the ball back to where it came from. Bennett's the danger player. Norsworthy there. Recovers quickly. Bennett after him. Coming away is Barry Norsworthy. A high drop punt towards centre wing. Baines under the fall of the ball. And a great mark taken by Schultz.
Yes, an extraordinary leap, that one. But, what he did to follow it up may well be forgotten. The shocking handball. Eddie Fry now. The long lead is on from Linky. Out in front of that player, and it'll sit for him. He's got to get past McKay. Does so successfully. Swings round onto the right boot. Steadies in towards goal. And South Adelaide can do absolutely no wrong.
What a beautiful bit of work then from Peter Hines and Eddie Fry. Fly out of the square, move the ball across into the open space, and then with just pure pace, Geoff Linky, the receiver, got around Ian McKay, just couldn't catch him. Straightened onto the right boot, straight through the centre. Linky second, South 13, 13-9, Central 7-9.
Centre bounce once again. Maksimovic wins that one out of the centre. Lehman tries to punch it forward to Jonas. Palmer is there. The South defensive punching has been a feature of their game today. Butler to Robin White. Looking for Philip Cox. Maksimovic through like a rover. Now Vivian. Heinze won't catch him. Towards half forward, Wilbur has been paid.
Contested mark, the strong position of Wilbur Wilson, front spot. He has 2 goals too. This is the sort of goal that he eats for supper. Only about 30, 40 metres out, directly in front.
Drop punt goes straight into the Central's cheer squad. Centrals are 8-9, but they trail sadly. South 13-9 on 7's big replay.
Kicks to Cox.
I think it could almost just be beyond him. Linky gives a lead. That's ignored. Yes, a high ball from Phillip. Hawkins the flyer. Oh, he almost grabbed it too. Free kick has been plucked out of that. It's going the way of Chris McLean.
Oh, ironic cheers too. Central District supporters really not happy at the moment. Couldn't grab by Peter Maksimovic. He's at half-back, plays on, gets it out wide. Peter Vivian is the running wingman. Takes that, bolts away, breaks the tackle, one bounce. Tries to draw the players, is successful, straight across the half-forward line to Skinner. He's got plenty of time. Wide is Wilbur Wilson, on his chest.
Wilson, with that left boot, is certainly in the right pocket. Very important kick. It's coming back, and it's just straight through, I believe, the Central's 10th goal. They go to 10-12. Can that lift them? South of 15-10.
Good running from Vivian. Many people thought that was a missed kick, not right. Skinner waiting at half forward. Then he saw the leading Wilbur Wilson. Takes it on the chest. He's got 4 goals, 3. He's a pretty good effort from a half-forward flanker. 10-12 the Bulldogs, 15 goals, 10 the Panthers.
6.5 minutes gone of this final term. Maksimovic wins a mighty thump. Surely something must lift them. Here's Jonas through half-forward. Can the Dogs come back? Sets it up for McKay. The fullback could goal. He shoots and puts it through, and are the Dogs on their way.
Beautiful running. A lot of work done by Peter Maksimovic in the square. Then Jonas the bolter came out quickly, setting it up beautifully, and Ian McKay receiving from fullback, now playing on the half-back line, straight through the centre. 15-10 the Panthers, 11-12 Central Districts.
Get the ball out of the centre. That is the name of the game. Mark Pryor watching from the bench, hoping like heck that Maksimovic can do exactly the same thing again. Let's watch him. There's his opposition, Peter Heinze. Heinze wins it, and Maksimovic, in pure desperation, trying to win that ball, gives away the free kick.
Interesting too that both Central District Rovers are in defence at the moment. Peter Heinze, short and well. Keen. Both wingmen for the Panthers have played well. Robin White and this man, Stephen Keane, a low drop punt. Over the top, Cochran, taking it is Duckworth. Last line of defence. The desperate time now for the Bulldogs in the final term. Oh, preliminary final with a booming screw punt back towards the centre. Baines calls play on. Van Dommel. Lee Stone over the top, Fry. Norsworthy. After him, Chris Bell. Norsworthy onto the left boot, down towards centre wing, smothered by Maksimovic, back to where it came from, off Bell, over the line, on the full, and Norsworthy will take the kick from the half-back flank.
Central Districts have plenty of time. That is not the problem. They must get past the South Adelaide defence. There's one man who's done so well, Clark. Receiving from Cox. It's one of the first errors he has made. but he'll still get out of it. Well done to Peter Hines, to half forward. Duckworth is having a forgettable day. Eddie Fry into full forward. Linky in front. This could be the steadier. Bill Collins on the sideline.
Yes, an impossible time for Bill Cochran. No chance to stop that one. Geoff Linky, the good take in front of the eyes. This goal will make it very difficult if Linky can pot it. Straight across the face of goals, through for a single. 15-11 now the Panthers, 11-12 Bulldogs. And Linky has 2 goals, 3. Pretty good effort from the full forward. All the South players contributing today so far.
It's Duckworth's kick. Looking for Jonas. Waiting down Richard Cochran. Short. Ian Mackay. Opens up the space for Vivian. The speedster's off. Through he goes half forward. He's got to swing back onto the right boot. Gets his kick at the last minute, but is offline. But his free kick, back to Vivian.
What a superb piece of chasing from Stu Palmer, if you can ever imagine him chasing Vivian as Chris Bell leaves the track and Collins comes on. Palmer chased him for about 30 metres, finally caught him, and umpire Peter Mead said he grabbed him high. So instead of any score being registered before, Peter Vivian's got a chance from about 45, 50 metres out, 60-degree angle. With a drop punt, just put it a sloppy-looking kick from a player that's played a lot of games, through for a point, makes it 13 to Central Districts. 11-13, South 15-11.
10.5 minutes gone. The final term. Brooksby, a flyer, couldn't complete it, Keane. Lehman out towards Norsworthy. Again, he fumbles so often when receiving that ball. Mobbs, Wilson and Earl. Wilson, now David Earl. Steadying to Jeffrey Baines. He goes short, and this is Paul Harradine.
Ooh, bullet-like pass. Half-back flank, Paul Harradine. 10th kick, 15th kick. 4 goals to Paul Harradine. And that's a beautiful kick. Screw punt, centre wing. At the back, Peter Maximovic can't control it. Rob Hawkins, Fry. Forwarded, Butler. Played a superb game. Looks, goes long and low. Linky the target, can't quite control it. Slattery up quickly, the crumbs. Linky wants it. So does Slattery, sets it up. High in the air, straight through, goal.
That could be the one that puts South Adelaide into the grand final for 1979.
Beautiful bit of running done then by Wayne Slattery. Saw that Linky couldn't control it. Up with the crumbs, bent it around. He's got 3 goals, 1. South Adelaide now have 16-11. Central Districts 11 goals, 13. And South Adelaide putting a lot of pressure now on the Central District side.
25,160 people here to witness the 79 preliminary final. Some of those sensing a South victory, heading for the car park. Here's the bounce. Hines in front. Harradine. Check siding and to bring it back for Linky, can't quite complete the mark. Recovers beautifully, has a snapshot under great pressure and puts it out of bounds on the full.
Chris McClay to kick in from the back pocket. Central Districts must get that ball into the forward zone. The South Adelaide defence has played superbly all day. As Skinner battles with Eddie Fry. Strongly comes Steve Keane. Now Andy Bennett lends a hand, only to hear the whistle for a bounce. Central Districts could be the side to put the boots away for 1979. And South Adelaide, could they be the side to do combat with Port Adelaide in the grand final next week? Ball over the line for a throw-in alongside of the South Adelaide goalface. Man, Duckworth, Magarey medalist, 1979 against Andy Bennett. Played a superb game. No sign of that spine injury as Duckworth gets a hurried kick into the space. Chance for Gillies. Puts the ball back into the square. Jonas, the player at the back, can't quite control it. Vivian the crumbs. This time he gets past Palmer. Then muffs his bounce. He's got Lehman. Out wider than that, Ian Mackay. Jonas at half forward on the chest of that player. Plays on quickly, knowing the time, gets around Baines. The quick handball on, Rene Van Dommel. Round one circle, sets, kicks, and kicks truly.
Well, I don't know where the time's against them now. They're closing the gap, but they may run out of minutes.
What a great player is Vivian. Running all the time, received, saw Jonas setting him up, had to play on quickly, got the ball over. Rene Van Dommel receives, then run a funny-looking circle, set, kicked and kicked truly. That's his first. 12-13 the Bulldogs, 16-11 South Adelaide.
14 minutes. The final turn have gone. Hines wins it over the back. Paradine, this has been the pattern so evident today. With a long, sensible kick in towards full forward. Slater! There is the McKinley mark of the day on World of Sport. Wayne Slattery from South Adelaide.
Well, what a cunning player too. He ran a good 50 metres. He knew that that ball was in the square. It was empty. Made perfect position for the quick kick. And here's his reward. Corner of the square. Set up, straight through the centre. 4 goals, Wayne Slattery.
Not only is time against South Adelaide, but so is their opposition. South, 17-11, 113, set for the final. Centrals, 12-13, 85.
What a perfect bit of positioning from one so young. The ball was kicked in. Slattery had galloped a good 40 metres to make the open square, and then with a great position under the fall of the ball, strong pair of hands, straight through the centre for his 4th. South Adelaide 17-11, Centrals 12 goals 13.
Centre bounce, Hines wins it again. Vivian, who has not stopped running, looking for Jonas and finding him. His 9th mark and a prodigious kick. Wilbur can't complete it. Waiting down Norsworthy across to Skinner, who is in all sorts of bother. Goes with a left footer across the face of goals, looking for Mackay. He's got a back pedal, back to Gillies. Spears one in short. They're mucking around with this no in, and the result is 1 point.
Well, that chance went begging then with Barry Norsworthy in the open space. He had made the space, couldn't quite keep the balance to kick through. Coach Darryl Hicks in the migraine headache time at the moment. Brooksby. Maksimovic at the back, Mackay, that's a good mark. He's at half-back. Central District certainly not giving in at the moment. Can still apply tons of pressure. Screw punt, a boomer to the front of the goal face. Big action, players and a fine mark. Peter Baines.
25 metres out, almost directly in front.
Question is, can they come up?
Straight through the middle, Centrals 13. South 17-11, Centrals 13-14.
The sort of stuff that Central Districts will need 4 or 5 times in this next 10 or 15 minutes. Mackay was a busy player, good mark, kicked long. Baines on the bolt, took it on the chest, good mark. His kick was straight, that's his first. South Adelaide now 17-11, Central Districts coming up quickly now. 13 goals, 14, 92 points.
21 points, the margin. Here's Maksimovic. Must win the tap out of the centre and does so. To Skinner. Shocking hand pass. Mackay. Fry. And another bounce.
Well, Central District's men will certainly find out just how much strength they have got. Need them an enormous amount of concentration to put them through the pain barrier if they can come through. Got the chance. Hines rucked magnificently all day. Hawkins, value player since he came off the bench. The clever play, Slattery puts the ball into the open. Cochrane, upset Collins, Slattery, over to Andy Bennett, onto the left boot. Magical football from the Ruckman.
All over Central Districts for 1979, and the Panthers realising it now. Look at Andy Bennett, Phil Collins and Wayne Slattery. They know they're marching on into the 79 final.
Good football. The two little fellas setting it up for the bigger one. Collins, Slattery, and then Andy Bennett onto the left boot. 3 goals, 2 to Andrew Bennett from his 11th kick. South Adelaide coming back from that stinging goal, just kicked by Peter Baines. There's their answer, 18-11. Central Districts, 13 goals, 14.
22 minutes gone of this final term.
The heat must have really sapped the energy of both sides. Been warm today. Conditions perfect for football, however, and we've seen a classic display by South Adelaide at the moment. Taken away by Brooksby, the hurried kick. Wilbur Wilson, Earl will be there. There he goes. In goes the tap. Renee Van Dommel trying to scurry it out. Mobbs has got the chance. Desperation stuff. There's the kick. Can Ian Mackay get to it? Sort of shoveled it over the line. Goal.
Well, desperation plus by Central's captain, Dean Mobbs, and still they fight on.
Mobbs on hands and knees trying to get to the ball. Shoveled it forward. Ex-full back Ian Mackay in the other end of the goal square. Finally got a desperate boot to it. Over the line, through for the goal. Central District's not giving 1 inch. 18-11. Central's 14-15. And Dean Mobbs in big stride.
Can hardly walk. Well, back for the centre-backs. An indecisive tap out. Norsworthy tries to flick it on. Charts now. Still they go, Vivian. He's got a back pedal 10 yards. Have a look. Eventually set up the handball to Jonas. He's forced onto the left boot, going long in towards full forward. Wilson!
Jonas at half forward, struggling around with the ball, then onto the left boot. Wilbur Wilson set himself for the lead. Wilbur Wilson from 9 kicks and 5 marks has kicked 5 goals, 3, and there are plenty of exhausted bodies out there at the moment.
14 points the margin, 3 straight kicks and still time. Hines, Maksimovic wins it, but straight to Shane Butler. Puts the ball out wide. The Central's Rovers are in defence. Duckworth. Straight on he goes to Chris McLeod. Lehman will be the target. Has front spot, waiting down Ian Mackay. Sets up the handball into the space. Mobbs, who could really graze a gallop. Wilbur in trouble. Norsworthy gets caught. Handball into the space. Ian Mackay's got Skinner there. Uses him. Can Lyle Skinner cover himself with glory? Goes across the face of goal and over the line. And in fact, the throw-in in the left forward pocket as we go into time on of the 79 preliminary final.
Central Districts making their last final desperate charge. Over the top, Baines trying to steal it. Wilbur Wilson. David Earl over the top of him. The hand pass into the open paddock. Peter Baines. Hardly raise a gallop at the moment. Players really dragging the chain at the moment. Dean Mobbs, an example of that, has got a fit of the staggers. 21, Baines. Brooksby, Palmer, coming away. Brooksby, tons of pace at the moment. Butler with a booming screw punt towards half forward. Slattery, the danger player. Hawkins also claims the mark. Play on his call. Gillies in trouble. Norsworthy there. Hines. What a great effort from that ruckman. Fry. In comes Cochran strongly. Charging away Vivian. One bounce. Long. Opportunity. Clark slams it forward. A double hand punch. Baines. Butler. Baines again. Out wide. Into no man's land. Bennett. Oh, at the back. Cochran. The odds are 2-1. Skinner shepherding off for Cochran. The handball could be on. The kick is going down towards centre wing. Falling, literally falling on the ball is Robin White.
White won't be in any hurry whatsoever. And who can blame him? A minute and a half of time on played. What a gallant effort it's been by Centrals to try and come back. Wide, a tumble punt towards Bennett. Will take it on the chest. No doubt possession will be the name of the game for the Panthers for the remaining few minutes.
What a classic game has this man played. In the pocket, on the ball. Been an inspiration in the forward lines, together with Rob Hawkins and Geoff Linke, as well as Paul Harradine. That's the way the ball travels. Hawkins, here's Slattery. He's had a great game in that pocket, trying to flick it out, couldn't do so. Collins is the ball at his feet, and we'll see a bounce.
A couple of minutes of time on played. Only be 2 or 3 left. Slats is looking for a free. Didn't happen. Here's the resultant bounce. Hawkins. Harradine. Keane. Can steady. His shot. Goal. And a great goal. A ceiling goal for the Panthers. They will now definitely go into the grand final.
Well, once again, we see the small fleet, ably supported by the big fellas, scuffle the ball out. And then Stephen Keane. The challenge was very strong from John Duckworth. Couldn't upset him, though. The ball had gone straight through the centre for his first. That's the sealer for Central Districts. South Adelaide, 1911. Central Districts, 15 goals, 15.
And so South earned the right to play in a grand final for the first time in 15 years with a 13-point win in front of 25,160 spectators. Goal kickers for South Adelaide, Paul Harradine and Wayne Slattery each contributed 4, Andrew Bennett 3, Geoff Linke 2, as did Rob Hawkins with 2, and for Central Districts, Wilbur Wilson 5, Kim Lehman, Peter Vivian, Ian McKay and Renee Van Dommel each kicked 2 goals. After the game, Ian Day spoke with Geoff Baines and Lyle Skinner.
Lyle, commiserations. It was a big thing for you to come back into a final like that after being in the reserves all the year.
Yes, it was a tremendous thrill to play with the rest of the lads in the preliminary final, but it was also, you know, a heck of a thing to lose like the way we did.
It was very hard out there. Did you personally find it hard?
Well, we knew that South Adelaide were a very, very good team, and they'd pressure a lot, and there was pressure put on right throughout the day, and it was just the South were the better team on the day, and you know, we wished them well in the grand final.
Although that you lost the toss, you still started well. That first 10 minutes was virtually all Centrals, and you led early, and then gradually South pegged you back.
Yes, we started well last week too, and then fell away a little bit. But you know, due credit to the South side, they put a lot of pressure on, played well as a team, and I'm sure they'll do well next week.
Jeffrey, congratulations. If South can print any one thing, it was probably the backup play of your players that got you through on the day.
Yeah, I think as Lyle said, it was the pressure that we applied. A number of times it looked as though Central players were going to be clear and have an easy kick, and we came forward from a player and our other players backed up around him. In other words, if you had to leave a Central's player, someone else had come in to pick him up, so that sort of pressure was very pleasing.
Peter Hines gave you a great start in ruck.
Yeah, it's an exceptional game by Peter. You know, I have a feeling that Peter might want to retire next year, and
obviously you won't let him.
Oh no, not the way he's playing. But you know, he's putting everything in. He really wants to win that one next week.
Gave you the freedom of Bennett and also Hawkins in the forward lines for the big mark.
Didn't Robbie Hawkins play well? Some of those marks were absolutely superb. He's had that ability all year, and it's only been the confidence and the application that hasn't been producing that all year. But today it was excellent.
In that last quarter, when Central started to peg you back, did you feel that you could have been run over?
Oh, there was always that possibility. I think what happened was that we would go forward, and then because we were running forward with the play, it was our fault obviously, but we were running forward with the play, and their half-back line played superbly in the last quarter, particularly Duckworth, and those 60-metre kicks straight over our head to the waiting half-forwards, and we weren't quick enough to get back. Conversely,
Lyle, did you feel that Central's had a chance in that last quarter when you started to peg them back?
Certainly, yes. I thought our run started, but due credit to South, they picked a few of our players up and you know, pressurised our players that were starting to run, and that pegged us back a little bit, I think.
What were Darrell's instructions at three-quarter time?
Well, just to attack and you know, try and run the game out as best as possible. We thought we had a chance. We knew if we could get going and get a run on, that we could kick 10 goals and win.
What's the future of Lyle Skinner?
I'll have to
back again next year?
I'll have to have a very good think about it after the season.
Thanks, Lyle, and Geoff, all the best for next week.
Thanks very much.
It would be remiss not to mention the achievement of John Reid's gallant particularly productive day for the night premiers. Of course, you recall that South Adelaide won the night premiership here in Collingwood there, because Collingwood went into its second grand final for 3 seasons when it beat North Melbourne by 27 points today. For Collingwood, the final scores were Collingwood 18-14 to North Melbourne 13-17. Davis, Anderson and Brewer each kicked 3 for Collingwood, while Alan Edwards and Renee Kink contributed 2, while Malcolm Blight kicked 5 for North Melbourne, Johnny Casson 2, Arnold Briders 2, and Brent Croswell, who was recalled for these glamour occasions, as he always is, also kicked 2 goals. And don't forget, you'll be able to see the VFL action of that preliminary final